the ironworks.
Clive? My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Aina is one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharm?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light! I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
Everyone with me? Here they come.
So is this a protection mission? Slay the enemies.
Every moment we can give her.
Or just survive for so long? I have no Healy items at all. There'll probably be checkpoints and stuff. It'll probably be fine. And I immediately get hit there. Whoops. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna let myself die at this point, and then I respawn with all my Healy items and stuff. Is what I think I'm gonna do. That's why I said it's hard as fuck. This is a lot of guys. And when they're all such dark blue, and the lighting in general in this game, in so many places, including right now, feels like I'm playing Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, where it's just so dark that I can barely see what's going on. It seems very, very hard to tell when enemies are attacking. Like, the environment and lighting here is not doing me any favors right now. Alright. And then I get all my Healy items and stuff back, right? Might be time to use some of my tonics. I don't really use them unless it's by accident. Yeah, look at that, 6 and 4. They'll run up to you before they attack you. They just stand in front of you. And then when they're actually attacking, it's kind of hard to tell. Okay. Okay, whoa, someone got me while I wasn't paying that much attention. Okay. Spend as much time up here as I can, then. Just kind of stall here a little bit. I don't want to be on the ground, quite frankly. I think I'd rather just, like, battle up here, as a matter of fact, where I can. Okay, I mean, okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, yeah, I will try my best here. Yeah, I'm gonna try and be in the air where I can, because holy crap. Okay, I mean, whoa. Okay. Okay, and then, ow! Who the heck is casting the things that's, like, buffing the people up? Oh, it's you, it's you, it's you. Can I target you? Can I target you? Can I target you? Can I? Whatever, everyone dies. It looked like it concentrate because it lasts a hot minute. It's just Joshua just completely frozen there. What is this orb on me? What is this? What is this thing? Okay, is there someone that I should target first? Someone that's gonna, like, whoa, I saw that coming. Why are these guys just, like, standing still now? Okay. And then say. Okay, no, I see that happening. I have just enough visibility to be able to tell that. Whoa. Okay, I see that swing coming. Okay, is there someone else that I should target first? No, this is the last guy here. Okay, that's fine then. Uh-oh, that's bad. That is really bad, actually. Yeah, what if we just keep on doing this a little bit? How about no? Okay. We're almost at that point right there. Okay. And then say something like that. Maybe I should have just gone right into my other thingamabob there. Okay, I'm doing this now. Okay. Give that a go. Something like this. I don't know. See just how much damage I can do here. Is that a decent smidge there? Whoa, I dodged way too early, but it's fine. Mistimed it that time. That's fine. Yeah, and I know that the second swing comes. I keep that in mind now. Okay. Alright, I think you just die now. I think now you just die. Okay. There we go. Okay. A little smidge of this. A little smidge of that. There, he's dead. No more of that, dude. Okay, is that it? That was a decent few dudes. I have a lot of ability points that I can assign here at some point. A whole bunch of steel silk again.
That was easy enough.
Alright, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain. Clive.
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
They'll be significantly weaker than the last one I fought, right?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield? A boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner. Or was it my axe? No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Heads would roll all the same.
You leave! We follow! Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, follow me! Weigh anchor!
Is he gonna, like, turn into Ifrit and carry people and, like, hop on board and transform back as he's hopping on? Like, how else do you catch up? Okay, okay, so significantly weaker. Now I can do stuff like this. So, like, get wrecked. Okay. Whoa, someone got me there. How about this? Okay. Whoa. Something like this. Something along these lines. Significantly weaker, but scared the shit out of me when I saw him. Yeah, considering how hard the last guy was here, I can see why. But yeah. Well, good thing I've been, practicing off camera how to play this here video game. Like, check this out. Okay. Something like that. Whoa. That's fine. Okay, yeah, these guys are pretty weak. Thank goodness. Because, my goodness. Oh, you're almost dead. There's no point doing that with you. Hey. Oh, I couldn't quite grab him yet. I got a little bit overexcited in my experimentation here sometimes, but I do like how much you can kind of experiment in this game. Whoa, whoa. Things are happening. Guess I just have to fight them for like X period of time there. Whoa, he can really shove. That's not how armor works. Quite the exit. Enterprise escaped. Wow. Well, that was intense. The Naldia Nero. The Einherjar.
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Free cities of Canver. And that sounded very bad. The Enterprise.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye. And they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah. You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Brandalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Oh, oh, cheerio. Oh, yeah. Do keep up, my boy.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
Rigor of mercy. All this. What have I done?
My lord.
Well, I guess I'm at C now. I can elaborate on the stuff that I was literally just typing in chat because it was the middle of cutscenes. But yeah, when it comes to like kind of goofy versus serious games, it kind of depends on like how goofy they get. If we're talking about like goofy games that do still have a lot of seriousness to them, like something like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or like Final Fantasy 7, stuff like that, where it's like, hey, there's funny stuff interjected into like the main big stuff that's happening from time to time and serves as smiles along the way. But when it needs to be taken seriously, like the game can still very much take things seriously. I definitely don't mind those kinds of stories. Like the first thing that I think of when I think of that is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But it can also be interesting to experience like games like this where it's just very much like, yeah, this is the political landscape of this fictional world and the way that things play out and all about like these super serious character motivations. The best other example that I can think of for that kind of type of game would be like Triangle Strategy, as I had wrote of in the chat, where it's like, here's like the 3 different kingdoms and it's all about the relationships between them and one kingdom takes over another, and at first it's like, okay, a very typical story of like your kingdom got overthrown and you're trying to like beat out the bad guys that took it. And then as it goes on, you find out like, oh, the bad guys aren't really as bad as you really made them out to be. Like, they definitely have like their underhanded ways to get what they want, but their ultimate goal is not really a bad thing, and they actually do like a lot of really good things in the kingdom that they took over. And when you come back and want to try and boot them out and like reinstate the true royalty, people are like, do we really want that? I mean, man, this guy's been like resurrecting the economy. He's been great. This life is great now under him. And with the whole true enemy being the other kingdom involved there, what with the whole monopoly on salt. And that's why I think is really interesting about Triangle Strategy, is that while it is a fictional world with like magic and the like it's one of those kinds of universes, much like Final Fantasy games are, where it's like fantasy world with magic and stuff like that, the character motivations are very, very rooted in reality, because the big thing that the different kingdoms want is salt, is access to a mine that basically gives them like a monopoly on salt, or like, well, more specifically, this mine would break the one kingdom's otherwise monopoly that they would have on salt. And that's why that mine is such an important thing for all the kingdoms, because the one kingdom wants to keep its monopoly, the other kingdoms want to break that monopoly and kind of keep it for themselves and change the world the way that they see fit. And it's like really, really cool to just think about like how much of an influence stuff like that has. And it's a similar kind of situation with this game, with like the different battles going on and the wars and all that, where it's like people are squabbling over the resources that are the mother crystals, for example, in this. So it's like the main resource that people care about in this is a fictional thing as opposed to like a real life thing like it is in Triangle Strategy. Yeah, like that's what Triangle Strategy is the entire game of. It's just like non-stop politics, but like in a genuinely interesting way. And it's a similar kind of thing in this game. So I definitely don't mind games that are also just like, let's just sit down and really kind of discuss like character motivations on a grand scale and the way that this fictional world would play out and the motivations behind all these characters and stuff like that, to make the players sit and go like, oh, that's interesting. I definitely don't mind games like that. So I think that they both have their merits. I don't think that one is necessarily better than the other. I think if I had to choose one kind to play until like the end of time, if I had to choose one of like goofy with serious sometimes, or just purely serious, I think I would have to do like the goofy with serious interjected there. Because I think if I was just playing like non-stop games like this that are just like super edgy serious all the time, they're the kind of games where it's like I'll enjoy playing them from time to time, but if that was like the only thing that I played, I think I would get a little bit sick and tired of them. But if I was playing games that had like a little bit of goofiness interjected amidst its seriousness that it has sometimes, like something like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or Final Fantasy 7 from the way that sounds like, or what are other good examples of that have like goofiness interjected here and there, that I would be able to keep on playing a whole lot more, because then I'm like experiencing like both just like comedy, silly, goofy stuff sometimes, and sometimes I'm experiencing like actual serious stuff that makes me stop and go like, whoa, that's interesting there. Rebirth seems to be more like 90% goofy and 10% serious. I guess I'll find out when I eventually get there. One thing that I am confused, yeah, I feel like Xenoblade 2 is like pretty half and half. Maybe a little bit more on the, well, is it a little bit more on the goofiness? I don't know. There is a lot of the serious stuff and there's a lot of goofy stuff in it. I love Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2 is great. I am a little bit confused about why the Final Fantasy 7 remake had to be like 3 games. Apparently the director behind that always wanted to make like a trilogy. And so even though Final Fantasy 7 was 1 game, it's turning into a trilogy and stuff like that. So I don't know if they're like padding out the story with a lot more that wasn't in the original Final Fantasy 7, and if a lot of that like new storytelling stuff is just like additional goofy stuff if it doesn't contribute to the overall narrative, if it's not important for it or something like that. It did have 3 discs, but it was still like 1 game that you purchased was the case. And now there's, among like the mainline story there, at least for like the modern titles, there's at least 4 Final Fantasy 7 games, with the last one yet to be released, because there's like the trilogy of the modern remake, and then there's also Crisis Core, that's the remake of the prequel, and then there's a lot more Final Fantasy 7 games on top of that. So when I eventually get to playing Final Fantasy 7 on this channel, which will probably be sometime next year, I plan on starting it next year, it's gonna be a 5-game series, because original, then Crisis Core, and then trilogy of remake titles. So there's gonna be a lot of Final Fantasy 7 on this channel for a little while, so I will get to experience it firsthand. And also lately I've been picking up a few games on like Boxing Day sale late last month, and then lately there's been like holiday sales and stuff like that. And gaming content is also a little bit cheaper in Canada now because there's a tax break until February. So until February 15th, I believe it is. So there's no taxes on video games here right now. So the price tag that you see on a video game now here is what it is. There's no additional like sales tax on top of it. So just earlier today, I actually ordered a few games from Video Games Plus, and I ordered a few ones on Boxing Day sale as well, because their holiday sales and their Boxing Day sales have had like different games on sale. And I did order Crisis Core and Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for my PS5. So I'll have like the first 2 PS5 Final Fantasy VII games. I feel like Rebirth is still a little bit too new, and I won't play it for a while anyway. So I'll wait for a hot second until its price starts to come down, and then I'll get it on sale. I figure, no rush. But this is an opportune time to pick up the other titles, because I got them for like 25 bucks or something each, which isn't too bad. And if I wait too long, then it's going to become harder and harder to find, so now's probably the best time, because it'll only get harder, and maybe I'll pick up like Rebirth in a couple of years down the line or something like that. Probably makes sense. So yeah, I picked up some things for some decent prices here. But yeah. And yeah, they are AAA games, but the whole... Yeah, I don't even know what this is responding to now. Remake is actually a bit more serious than goofy. Interesting. It's like 75% serious and 25% goofy. But Rebirth, so far from watching your brother play, so much goofiness. It's funny, but feels like it's a little too much, huh? Can definitely tell the developers had a huge amount of fun animating the cutscenes, well, that's good at least. But yeah, I do wonder how much of that is potential padding, considering it went from 1 game into 3 games. And I have heard that the storyline of the remake version is different than the original, and therefore it's still worthwhile to play the original first, and that's why I plan on playing the original first, is apparently the storyline is different. But yeah, I guess I'll find out starting next year when I start playing the original. I'll probably play the original and then Crisis Core when I get the chance, and then maybe just not touch the remake games until the third one is like properly announced, and then when the third one's properly announced, then I can start playing remake, and then I can start playing Rebirth, and then I don't have to wait like years on whatever cliffhanger Rebirth ends on, being like, man, I want to know what happens next. I can not have that much of a wait, you know. I think that's what makes sense for the order I go about them in. Yeah, there's a lot. When I remember when I was looking up and found that there was a Final Fantasy VII snowboarding game. But apparently that was just like a standalone release of one of the mini games in Final Fantasy VII, and not like an actual Final Fantasy VII like full standalone snowboarding game, which would have been so funny, and I would have totally played it on this channel as a meme. Like, there are some games I might play as part of some series on this channel as a meme. Like, as I go through the Persona series, for example, Persona 3, 4, and 5 all have spin-off rhythm games where the characters are dancing to the OST of the games. And it's a rhythm game where you have to, like, hit things in time while you just watch, like, the characters from the games dancing to the OST of the games that it's based on. On one hand, I feel like if I played those on the channel, I might die of cringe. But at the same time, it would be really funny. Or maybe if I did it for, like, some charity event, and then it's part of my Persona series. Might do that when it comes to goofy kind of stuff. And if there was something like that for Final Fantasy VII, or even, like, a snowboarding thing, that'd be so funny, and I would totally do it. But I guess that there might not well be. At least I can look forward to, like, snowboarding in actual Final Fantasy VII if that's, like, a mini-game in it. So, yeah, anyway. The Naldia Narrow, the open sea. Blessed with mild currents and warm waters, the Narrow allows for swift travel to the Dominion, Oriflamme, and Stone here without having to circle through the outer dangerous seas. Sounds like a handy thing.